Welcome to the 2022 Nautilus Book Awards Author Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Christine Upchurch. Now celebrating 22 years of honoring better books for a better world, Nautilus Book Awards continues to embrace books from a wide spectrum in the publishing industry. Books which radiate hope and wisdom. Books which nurture our inner connection and inspire us to connect with others as individuals, as communities, and as planetary citizens. This is a vast conversation, one which is more crucial today than ever before. Today, we are focusing the spotlight on co-authors Lyrica Marcus and Gayle Lee for their book entitled Lyrica's Journey of Ascension, A Nonverbal Autistic Finds Her Power, Peace, and Purpose. They have won the Silver Award in the category of Rising to the Moment. Lyrica made a soul choice to lightly incarnate as a nonverbal autistic to support us in our ascension process. As one who has not lost her connection to Source, she is here to awaken us into our truth as Source beings. Her mother, Gayle, has offered her unconditional love, and she has believed in Lyrica's potential to serve as the foundation for empowering their expansion into spiritual mastery. Known as the Autistic Mystic, Lyrica types with her mother, Gayle. Together, they have authored 2 books. The first book won the Indie Excellence Award. Coming up in this autumn, there are going to be 2 episodes featuring Lyrica's story coming up on Gaia on Extra Dimensional Season 3. This current book that has won the award with Nautilus Book Awards has also won as a finalist in the 2021 International Book Awards. Lyrica and Gayle are here to inspire us with their wisdom, higher consciousness, and transformational experiences in 5D and above reality. Again, the book is entitled Lyrica's Journey to Ascension. A nonverbal autistic finds her power, peace, and purpose. And today we have Gayle with us. Congratulations to the both of you, Gayle, on your Silver Award.
Thank you so much, Christina. It's so nice to be here with you today.
You know, just handling the book and opening it to the first couple of pages, I knew and felt that it has important information. And I'm curious, you have written a book before, you two together. What inspired you? What passion within you inspired you to bring this book forward?
Well, I first want to say something before I even get into that delicious question. And that is that I want the audience to know that Lyrica and I share this amazing divine partnership. And for decades, you could say, Lyrica's soul has been kind of in the front seat. And in my support role, I have been more in the back seat. And Lyrica just drew a line in the sand, and she told me, Mom, it's time for you to soul, S-O-U-L, spring yourself into the front seat. You are to do this interview solo. The good news, I have some messages from her to share today. And as far as why we wrote the book, I'm going to start with Lyrica's comments that she prepared to share. She says, I wanted to share my own personal story to illuminate the much bigger and more important story that I like to call the me of we story. I love that. This is the story of being the divine in human form. It's your story and my story, touching heart to heart. In my 3-year ascension journey, I moved from a life of challenges and frustrations into a whole new light-filled existence that feels to me like heaven on earth. Now I am a unifier of many worlds and realities who has learned the truth of my own being here to open up a similar truth knowing in others. If I can make this leap from where I began, far behind the starting line of most, without a speaking voice, and with little connection into my physical body, I believe that anyone and everyone can. I hold this vision for all humanity deep in my heart. I hope that you will feel my love for you in every page of this book. Join the journey.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I love the phrase soul spring.
It is perfect for me. And I wanted to kind of piggyback on what Lyrica just shared. Both of us feel a deep calling, a soul mandate to debunk the myth that only saints like Jesus can ascend, a state to be achieved in death. To that we say aloud, no. Ascension belongs to each one of us. It's our destiny, our birthright, and our highest purpose. One fully available to us now, and one to be achieved in life, not death. And we both also further believe that ascension now is a universal, non-negotiable imperative for Earth and humanity to survive and thrive. Why? Because it's a scientific, mathematical impossibility to create the solutions to today's massive and complex global concerns from within the same 3D mindset, heart set that created them. It's only from a more ascended state, 5D or above, where we become the powerful, revolutionary change agents and new paradigm leaders to move ourselves, our lives, and our world into a higher consciousness zone. And that's why both of us were inspired to write this book.
So what does it mean to be in 5D?
That's a loaded question. And I think we'll get into more details, but it's leaving the matrix of 3D, which is separation, and polarities, and all the things we're experiencing in this world today, and coming into a state of oneness with Source, with our own soul's truth. And it's non-dualistic, it's harmonic, peaceful, and there's so many opportunities here for being in this 3D world, but experiencing it in a totally different way. And that's what we're so charged up about to share.
So I'm sure it has been sometimes challenging on both of your journeys. And I'm curious about how this process to Lyrica's ascension and your process to ascension, how that came about.
Well, I think it all began, obviously, when Lyrica was first born, and life was really painful and tough. And she didn't connect to this world at all. And I couldn't connect to her. Very puzzling, very depressing, actually, as a first-time mom. And at age 8, we had been using word cards in our home to communicate choices in our day. And so I thought I had this brilliant idea of taking her to the computer and asking her to talk to me. But she later told me, Mom, I sent that to you telepathically. But of course, I didn't get that then. And so I took her to the computer. And at first, her finger was just hitting all this gibberish stuff. And then I saw a phrase pop out that changed our lives forever. She was 8. I am not retarded. I am intelligent. And that began our journey that led to writing the book, first book, and Lyrica did a lot of blogging after that. And then she hit a point in her life where she said, Mom, now that I've really written sort of my vision of how I see things are and should be, it's time to go beyond writing about it and living it and becoming it. And that's when she realized that she wanted to step into this ascension journey. And that's what started the impetus for this book. Yeah.
I find it really inspiring and, yes, even surprising to learn that nonverbal autistic children and adults may be accessing something much more significant than we understand, and that it's not that they don't have challenges, but that they may be reaching up and living in a world that we don't typically reach ourselves. Are there other nonverbal autistic people who have had this kind of experience too?
Oh, there's so many new books coming out by typers. And and it's because they live in the higher dimensions. And there they access so much information. And I think it's interesting that many of them are considered to be hyperlexic, which means instead of going to school and learning to read like you and I did, they just seem to pick it up sort of in the vapors. And it's almost as though when they need, this is what Lyrica says, when she needs to know something, it just comes into her from source. And she is able to access it and use it. And so I think it's, whether it's the Akashic records, whether they're talking, I don't know what they're typing into or what they're tapping into, but it is extraordinary. And, when she tries to explain things to me, it's almost like I'll ask her a question and it's like a kindergartner trying to talk to Einstein, it's like, she's so patient with me, but she just lives in such an amazing vastness of unity with the all that is, planets and even beyond higher beings, just with that unification of all the light and all the power in the entire universe. That's where she hangs out. That's who she is.
That's amazing. And also gives me a lot of hope for our world, because there are plenty who are autistic these days. And instead of looking at it as some sort of deficiency, and yes, there must be challenges, but perhaps they have really important things to share with the world. It's exciting.
Well, I used to laugh and say it's kind of like they're the Trojan horse. If I were a creator and said, look, I've really tried to help this world and I've sent some amazing people down there to lead the flock in a different way, and they have met with demise. And so what if creator decided to send, disguised beings in with the same amount of light and try to change the world that way? So it's an interesting idea.
And I'm curious, do you feel that their light is affecting those around them, even if they aren't typers?
Are you talking about other autistics or
autistics? Yes.
Oh, certainly. I mean, there's a collective that's telepathically connected. Like, they know unification, they know unities, the things we don't know. So yeah, they operate in that field that's in the oneness of their whole soul tribe, so to speak. Yeah.
So I know that you and Lyrica wrote this book together, and it was really fascinating to read because you've you've got a different font for each of you, so we know who's speaking. And you both had fascinating journeys. Would you be willing to read a portion of the book?
Yeah.
Great.
This is actually at the end of the book, and it's Lyrica's reflection on what her journey has meant to her. The greatest gift I have to give is the one that I give to myself, to realize my transformation into a beautiful, divinely gifted, matter-strong being is the greatest miracle of all. Today, I know that I am fully realized as a soul in a human body. That is the point to life. Before, all I could see was my human self as autistic, not fully operating like most. What I failed to see is my non-physical self coming into union with my physical self. That's the hero's journey, and I have completed that. Now I see my gift that I could not see before. I see my perfection as perfect puzzle pieces falling into place. I have transcended perceived limitations to show that no one is limited. It's an illusion to believe that human life is flawed in any way. The challenges we face are the greatest teachers in discovering the vastness of our being. Nothing is broken or poorly organized. It's all a master plan of extreme giftedness. All we have to do is let go of our known life, our mind's perception of how we see things. Then dare to drop into our own unknown realms where the gold of our soul awaits us. We will never find it under a life of great achievements or busyness, for its truth is buried in a much deeper place. Before this incarnation, we chose the setup for this life's journey. We chose our matter patterning and family dynamics to be pushed into areas of growth. This growth is under our soul teacher within us, waiting for our arrival. It's only when we hit bottom in this life that we arrive at the doorway of our real life. Looking back at my starting point, I no longer see that life experience as real. It was a nightmare of believing that I was only my body. It took me decades of exploring other realities beyond the physical to bring everything together. This union is the key to a life that is real and true. It becomes a new set point for living our soul's purpose to bless humanity in the planet. This life becomes our gift in action. My gift in action is my story told in this book. Thank you, Lyrica.
That's profound.
In fact, I'm getting something right now. Thanking Lyrica Lyrica, I thank you for choosing me to be your mom and believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself, and loving me when things got really hard for both of us. And it's been your wisdom stream, your frequency charge in all that you are that has helped me to find me. And you are such a treasure and a gift to me and all those who have been touched by you in their life and by your love. So I don't know, that just sort of came through. So
Soul Spring. There you go.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I wonder if you'd share with our viewers your hope for this book and its effect on people.
Christina, our book is a valuable resource for many people. Those interested in spirituality, those who want to awaken or in the process of awakening, those who are interested in or curious about higher dimensional cosmic experiences, those who know they are here to make a difference in the world and passionately desire to do so, those who want to experience a brighter, lighter side of autism, and finally, those who simply like to read true-to-life, high-adventure stories. Yet this book is not a how-to resource teaching practices and techniques. Instead, it's an experiential account of Lyrica's Ascension journey and some of mine. So it's a roadmap outlining the process of ascension as a series of evolutionary steps that each one of us will encounter along the way. And these steps represent the lifelong work of Lyrica's mentor, Jessica Martinson. And by demonstrating these evolutionary steps inside her own real-life adventures, Lyrica demystifies the whole idea of ascension, grounding it and making it hopefully more familiar and friendly, relatable, realistic, desirable, doable, maybe even fun. And Lyrica's journey also dramatically demonstrates the many rewards and benefits that can be gained in the ascension process, like new abilities, accelerating our soul's purpose, and just simply being surprised and blessed by all that life has to offer us. Lyrica shares about her own new abilities that she gains in her ascension process, like dimensionally traveling to her spaceship and bilocating to the Alexandria Library under the paw of the Sphinx. Many regard these as superpowers, abilities that belong to all of us but are known by few. And these superpowers really reflect a future vision of us. Lyrica likes to call them the new human design. And lastly, our book transmits the frequency, the light, the consciousness of ascension to inspire and initiate, empower readers to become fellow ascension travelers, a group we love to celebrate and honor as the new consciousness pioneers.
Thank you, Gayle, and thank you, Lyrica. Congratulations to you both on your Silver Award. Again, the book is entitled Lyrica's Journey of Ascension. A Nonverbal Autistic Finds Her Power, Peace, and Purpose. Thank you so much, Gayle.